Guys, Zennosh here, and today I'm bringing this video to you guys on the Heir flight to discuss on the guide on how to do the 11th floor and 12th floor of the magic dungeon, which is pretty much easy, guys. I mean, like, this would be like, what the hell, do we even need this guide, like that kind of stuff, okay? But anyways, for some doubtful beginners, this might actually be some useful facts, okay? So let's get into the 11th floor right away. Unlike any other like awakening dungeons, like water dungeon, fire dungeon, or forest dungeon, thing is that like there is no limitation in here, meaning like you can bring any sort of servants of your choice, and of any class in here. So that means like it's totally free of whatever you want to bring, okay? So you can easily beat down this boss, okay? So that's how it is, and he's pretty weak as well than compared to any other bosses out there who have elemental advantage, okay? So this magic dungeon or this neutral boss really don't have that much of higher or superior stats. So even though if you have like CP of below 5000, you can still beat him, okay? So that's how weak he is, okay? So it will be really good if you can 6-star your servants. That would be really good, really preferable. Please awaken your servants by at least first awakening. That will be pretty good, really gives you a very good boost of CP as well. And the next thing is that like in case of gears, guys, please try to follow the guide on like what sort of gears should you really provide for your DPS, your healers, and your tank. Just try to bring one tank, one support, and 2 DPS. That will be much, like that will be just enough, guys. As a beginner, these are the type of servants that I think will be the best for you, okay? First of all, guys, try to bring Fire Enoch, okay? This is gonna be really great. Fire Enoch is a really good 4-star net DPS servant, which is very easy to build. He can easily be like transcended and evolved to maxed right away, okay? And awaken to the max, because he really requires a lot, lot less supreme awakening stones than compared to that of the 5-star net servant. So there you go, guys. He's really that easy, and you can bring water or forest Charlotte or any Charlotte, guys, and they can be easily maxed out, which I have really maxed them out, okay? And you can see the CP out there, which is pretty amazing as well, okay? And thing is that like this Water Charlotte is actually boosted really nicely by a very amazing support servant, which we call the Fire Spiegel, okay? If you have Fire Spiegel on your team, what's really gonna happen is that like he will boost the attack of the Water Charlotte by 120%, okay? If the Spiegel is present, attack increases 120%. So please try to get that boost ASAP. It's really gonna help you a lot. And what for our Fire Enoch, you might ask, okay? So for our Fire Enoch, we need to have RAM, okay, which I really do have in a very good condition, okay? So right over here I have Forest RAM and I have Fire RAM. So Fire RAM would be much better. So this is the setup that I would really want to see, because like even for like Fire Enoch, he will have a 100%, 120% attack boost with the RAM present in the team. So just look at that, guys. Just look at that, okay? So this will be a perfect team for you as a beginner. Please try to get this team as soon as possible if you can. Anyways, like this game is really good at providing the 5-star net select summon stone, okay? So with that you can get the Fire Ram and Fire Spiegel right off the bat, so that you can at least have a very good core team right away. So that can actually be a very good trick to have a very good progression in your team. This team will not only be good on for this scenario, but any content in the game, guys, whether it be Abaddon, General Explorer scenario, Sanctuary, guys, even PvP contents, stuff like that, okay? So these are the team that I am actually referring to the beginners, so that they have increased like game progression rate throughout the game, okay? So that you can breeze throughout the contents of the game. So let's try to do with this one, okay? But before that one, guys, you also need to make sure your team passive is on attack based, okay? You can see right over here, attack of all element allies increases by 25% at all regions thanks to our Fire Enoch, okay? So with this team passive, my Fire Enoch is kind of like gaining like 25% extra attack boost, and also my Water Charlotte as well, okay? So these are the main 2 DPS servants, whereas my Fire Ram is gonna be a good tank, whereas my Forest Spiegel is gonna be a good support. So one support, one tank, and 2 DPS. That is gonna be a really good team. You really don't need to include a healer. Healers are only needed for a very tough stages, like let's say boss raids. Okay, in those kind of things you will be needing healers, but in this case of scenario, no need, guys, no need. Okay, so let's get into the battle and let's try to do it right away. You might be asking like, oh my god, should we really like spend carrots most of the time? Oh no, I'm like, for the first battle you can do it with valor, which I have already done for the day. That's why I've been spending carrots in case of this beginners, I mean like in this guide video. Okay, so that's the thing right over there. No need to worry about that one, guys. Anyway, just look into this factor. Okay, you can pretty much solo it. Okay, I'm like auto it. You can improve the skill spamming by like how to say, locking up the skills. Okay, make 2 clicks on the lock button on the bottom left corner of your servant like this, and it will put the lock on. First click will put the lock on its combo skill, and the second click will put the lock on its first and second skill. Okay, so that's how you are gonna manage the auto battle mode. Okay, it's gonna be really helpful. You can also unlock the the combo skill of your fire speaker, so that like he won't interfere that much with his combo skill. Okay, so that like like only your DPS servants are the one who are spamming their skills. Okay, that is the perfect way to set up like how you would really want to maximize your damage output throughout the gaming content. Okay, and now let's move into the next battle. That is Magic Dungeon 12th floor. Okay, can our team really do this one as well? I would say hell yeah. Okay, let's do it again. Okay, so as a beginner, this is also a sort of guide to have like a basic team composition. Which team should you really bring, or should you really focus as a beginner to have a very good viability, a very good sustenance in Heir of Light. Okay, so this is the team that I am really proposing to you guys, because Fire Knock, very easy to attain, very easy to upgrade, very easy to max out. Water Charlotte or Fire Charlotte or even Forest Charlotte, very easy to attain and very easy to max out. Okay, so that's the thing right out there. Whereas for the Fire Speaker, you might have to actually do some prayers, because it's a RNG log, because he's a 5-star net servant, but sometimes there are events that actually provide him. Okay, so keep that in mind, guys. The next thing is the Fire Em as well, which is also a 5-star net servant, but once you get her, it's gonna be a game changer, guys. Okay, so that's the thing, guys. So I think we are nearly done with that. You can put the lock on the skills of your Fire Spiegel as well. Alright, so right out there, if you put the lock on them, what's really gonna happen is that only your Water Charlotte and your Fire Knock will be the one to spam their skills. Okay, so that will really allow you to make a very good damage output. Okay, so please try to focus only on your servant and your DPS servant. Okay, so that is a very good feature provided in the Heir of Light. Okay, so very good management, team management, even when it's auto battle mode. So keep that in mind, guys. Okay, so that is pretty much it. Yes, I've also created all those guides on the Flame Dungeon, Abysmal Dungeon, Verdant Dungeon, Radiant Dungeon, and Dark Dungeon 11th floor and 12th floor. If you have not checked that one out, please do check that out in my channel. Okay, so this is it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button to keep on enjoying the contents of my channel. See you guys in the next video.